are going live in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. What is up, everybody? And welcome to the Sunshine Show, where I talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Woo! Tonight, I have the most amazing and wonderful, fantastic, my one and only Bubba Lou, my brother Rolando Dominguez Cantu Jr. in the house. What's going on, Bubba?
I'm supposed to be the hype man. You're taking away my job. I don't like this. That's why you stay in California and I stay here so I can be the hype man down here. Okay? I don't need you taking my job away from me.
No. I'll never do that, Bubba. There's room for 2 of us in this world. There's room for 2 of us.
Maybe not in the same space.
That's true, because what happens when we get into the same space together, Bubs?
Shit blows up. And I think you should probably tell your people that we are not responsible for their computers blowing up with so much awesomeness on their computer right now. We better put that disclosure up because I don't want to get sued.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna put that disclosure up. If your computers blow up from all the sexiness on your screen, we are not responsible for that.
Nope.
So this is my older brother, Rolando Dominguez Cantu Jr.
You need to say it right. Rolando Dominguez Cantu Jr. The 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and the 8th.
Dominguez Cantu Jr. Was that better?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
I think I just broke some glass. I'm not sure. I think I heard some window shatter. What is up, Dad? What is up, Lindsay? What is up, Jake Schwartz? Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. What's up, Mama Cantu in the house? Woo! All we need is Juanito, and it will be a full house, Bubba.
Or Terry Crews.
Terry Crews. So I wore your Christmas present that I bought for you this year. I haven't sent it to you yet, but this is what you got for Christmas.
That is a very slick Christmas gift.
I left the price tag on it in case you need to take it back. So there's that.
That is very slick. I will be wearing that shirt. I will be wearing that shirt very, very often.
WrestleMania. I will
take it to OBP with me so me and George can talk some old school wrestling.
Yes, George. I love George so much. Please send my love.
Every time that I talk about you, this is what George's eyes do. Every time his eyes get big. No matter what.
But do you have?
Is she here? Is she coming? I was like, George, I'll warn you. Don't worry. Okay.
Do you have a favorite OBP story that you could share with the viewers? Could you first tell everybody what OBP is? What's up, Janet?
So OBP is the Orchard Beer Parlor. It is probably the only reason why I'm still teaching now because it is a block from my house. So I do not have to drink and drive. I can go out there and have fun and chill out and then walk home. So the reason why I'm still able to be a band director is because I don't drink and drive, folks. Just walk home.
You're very responsible band director, Bubba. I love that. I love that message.
We won't talk about all the other times, but interesting stories. There was that time that we went there at 12 o'clock and decided we were going to stay there from 12 to 12.
Oh, that was New Year's 2018.
Yep. There's a time where I don't want to be too explicit, but I saw a friend of mine throw his nutsack on somebody and they loved it. It was very weird, very strange.
Okay, reel it in. I don't remember that happening. Why don't we?
You weren't there, and it wasn't you. Okay, I wouldn't have let that happen. I would have knocked somebody out.
Is it true that Mom will not go with us to the bar anymore because when we're together, we start bar riots, and apparently you have to finish them because Mom doesn't let me fight.
No, we both don't let you fight because you fight dirty and we don't want to go to jail. So I stick around while you guys can go home. Exactly what happens. And Mom will not go. I don't even think my roommate Alan wants to go with me to OBP anymore. He went once and he's like, he tapped out. He's like, nope, no more.
What's up, Erica? Sabrina. We have Jessica Gutierrez in the house. Marcio. Bruce. Tell Ro that Marley loves him. Marley loves you.
Who?
Marley. We got Bruce.
Oh, Marley. Yeah. She my cool friend.
What's
She's
up,
actually
Marley?
she's actually not a she does a lot of medic stuff. So her and mom have a lot in common. It's pretty cool. Nathan introduced us about 4 or 5 years ago. She's my other little sister.
Oh.
She can't replace you. She can't replace you, but she's my other little sister.
OBP, baby. We got so many OBP supporters. Where is George when we need him?
I did think about doing this at OBP. I really did.
That would have been the tip.
But
actually, when we do a round 2, we are going to do it at OBP. What is up, Connie Womack in the house? What is up, girl? You look so good, and all your kids look so good. Kingsville loves us. Does Kingsville love us, Bubba? What do you think?
They're probably trying to see what's going on because
we got Ryan
again
Parker in the house. What's up, Ryan?
You got to remember when I was in high school, I didn't look so good. I was kind of a skinny, dorky person. I'm like Benjamin Button. I get older, I get better with age.
Is that what Benjamin Button does? He gets better with that.
Well, yeah, until he turns into a little baby when he's 100 and dies. So I think that might happen with me, but it is what it is.
I don't like that. I don't want you to turn into a baby, Bubba. I don't know about that. What's up, Sean, Rockin, Ashley Aguilar, Eric Gomez?
You've met Ashley before. That's one of my other OBP sisters. You've met her before.
I love the whole OBP crew. Like, let's just.
And I'm telling you, they miss you too. So this is the thing with me and my sister. My sister is me times 2,000. Times 2,000. And people are like, you're so crazy. I don't understand how you're so crazy. And then they meet my sister like, oh my God, where does she get all that energy? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm old and broken down. She just keeps getting younger and gets more energy. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know what's going on.
And that's why I love you, Bubba.
Well, you have to, so.
It's true. I do. And now we had good times at Orchard Beer Parlor. And let's just talk about where you live. So you live in a teeny tiny little town of Orchard, Texas. And is it true that it is population 12?
No, it's population 325.
Population 325.
300. It might be 352. But I think it's 325. So yeah, I moved down here after my divorce. I taught at the school down here. I was the band director at Brazos. That's the local high school down here for 6 years. And so my second year at the high school, I got tired of driving from Deer Park to Wallace every day. So I moved to Orchard, and they haven't kicked me out yet. So I don't think I'm leaving this town until they kick me out. And I think at times they've tried to. I really do. But they've let me stay.
To be fair, Bubs, I've been trying to kick you out of that town for the fuck ever. And I've been trying to get you to go to Austin, San Marcos, but you want to stay in Orchard, Texas, and that's fine. I support you.
When I retire, I'm going back to San Marcos. When I retire, I'm going back to San Marcos or Wimberley. I am 100%. There's no ands, if, or buts about it. I love that place, love that area. Ever since Mom took us there, first I fell in love with the Hastings down there, and now they're no more, which kind of sucks. But, you know, when she took us to go see Aunt Sissy in Wimberley, I just fell in love with that place. And that's why I went to school there and spent a lot of time there and didn't want to graduate.
Is it true, Bubba, that you took me to my first ever college party?
I plead the fifth. I didn't do that. Mom, I did not do that.
Is it true that when Mom let me stay with you for a week that you took me to your fraternity party and you gave me White Russians?
I did not do that. Plead the fifth. Did not do that. You are hallucinating.
Ryan, thank you. I wore this for Bubba. I actually bought this for him for Christmas, but I just haven't sent it yet. So I'm wearing it so that he could see what he got for his Christmas present. You know how much we love wrestling in this family. And that's
I am an upstanding big brother. I would never do that to you. Ever. Ever.
Do what?
That's what I thought. I would never take you to a bar, or I would never, as a young child, or a fraternity party. None of my fraternity brothers remember that. So
They all remember me. What's up, Andy? What's up, Ruben, Ashley? Everybody in the house. Ryan says 325. That makes Bishop look huge.
I'm still, that's one of the things that I do like when I do go. And it's been a while, but I don't think I didn't go to. Last time I went to Kingsville was for Grant's funeral, and I still love driving through Bishop. Like knowing that I'm just about to get home. Like I always enjoyed driving through Bishop. It doesn't look too good right now though. Bishop City Council needs to get their act together because it's looking down and dusty.
Are you kidding me? Like, fucking throw Kingsville in that mix too. Like, I feel like Kingsville needs some nightlife. Why the fuck do we have to drive to Corpus to do anything in that town?
Well, I was sad driving through Kingsville when we went, because just the grass is just super long. The public grounds just are not being taken care of. I think I even posted something on Facebook because it was so bad. Like I couldn't believe how even in the cemetery wasn't even taken care of. And me and Wes, we went to some bar in Kingsville. I don't even remember what it was, but it was in that shopping center. We didn't go to the Country Luau. They didn't want to go to the Country Luau. We went to some sports bar that they opened up by the highway.
Spur? Maybe the Silver Spur? No.
Yeah. That's where we went. And so since it was like no one was there, so it was kind of boring. And I kind of was like, man, I kind of want to dance a little bit. Let's go do some. And I didn't do nothing dancing. Didn't do anything. It was kind of lame.
Jessica Chapa, I lived off Weesatch. My parents still live there. That's where Big Mama, our great grandma, had a house off of Weesatch, and I actually inherited that house when I had Lucas at a wee little bitty age, and my mom kicked me out of the house and gave me a home of my own, and that was a really great idea, Mom. Good idea.
So Jessica, when I had my little rebel phase and Mom had to get rid of me for a little bit, Jessica was in my math class, and she was the one that actually like talked me through a lot of the stuff because I was not in a good place. And we're still we still talk every now and then, and we don't talk like not every day, but yeah, I'll never forget that. And sophomore year in high school, like she would, are you okay today? Is everything all right? And I'd be like, oh yeah, it's just kind of rough, but so yeah, she helped me out through that time.
Oh, badass. What's up, Mike? Bass Kids in the house. Very nice, Bubba. So I have many more questions for you. We already went over the bar riots. Oh, this is an important question. Is it true that you are trying to acquire the Guinness Book of World Records most dates anybody's ever been on award?
Wow. First, I don't go on a lot of dates, all right? Look, I don't go on a lot of dates. I don't work for me. I'm a busy man, a super busy man, so I don't go on a lot of dates. If you would. What an asshole.
Hey, the people want to know. The people want to know. These questions were submitted long before tonight. So.
Yeah, I bet. You know what? I probably am. Hey, I'm 42. I'm single, having a good time, just kind of chilling and relaxing. But no one can put up with me. That's the thing. No one can put up with me. I'm too crazy. I'm too wild. I'm a nice person, but I have my faults too.
Well, we're all human.
Hey, but don't try. Look, we gotta hook up my roommate. Okay, let's hook up Alan. Let's get this off of me, huh?
Where is Alan? I would love
to. He's probably in his room hiding because he heard I'm talking about him now.
Oh, well, Alan,
he's also,
if you're watching, 30 people watching right now.
Trying to help him out. Look,
get on over to the next room. So, when we do this again, Bubs, I want to do like the dating.
I thought we were going to talk about music stuff. I didn't know we were going to talk about all this. What were you going to say?
About music stuff? Are you kidding me? That's all I ever talk about. I got you on the show. No, we're talking about all the things people want to know about you. When you
All right.
when you come back on the next time, we're gonna have this little thing called the love game or the dating game. What is it called? The love chat. Da, 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 da. And I'm gonna pick some lucky or maybe not so lucky women that you can pick from, okay, that I approve of. Okay, and we're gonna do this live because everybody wants to know who your next date is gonna be.
Whoa. Hold on. You calling me out. You just as single as I am, woman. And you've been single longer than I have. So we can do the same thing. Now, the only thing that I'm going to be doing is that first you're going to have clothes on. And anyone that tries to do anything, I'm going to break their damn neck. Because all those people that get on your Facebook when you're not wearing nothing and Google over you don't know how crazy I am.
Oh my God, you are cracking me up right now.
Don't be talking no bullshit to me.
Alan says he's watching and he's scared. Alan, you know you love me. Is it true the first time I ever met Alan, I threw up all over the couch in the living room and you're still cleaning it up to this day?
I'm so glad you like bringing all that stuff up. Yes, I felt bad for Alan. Like me, you know, I'm kind of used to some stuff like that. But yeah, Alan, since that was your first, well, no, y'all, you went to Saddleback with us to watch the Astros game, didn't you? Oh. That wasn't the first time you met him.
It was the first week, though.
Oh, it was the first. Oh, no, you're right. It was the first. Okay, yeah. All right, I remember.
Good times. And Bubba was so busy because he's such a workaholic. I was very sick, you guys. He could not come home and check on me. He sent Alan, his roommate, to come home and check up on me. This man has the work ethic of an elephant. Bubba, tell us how you got such an amazing work ethic. Because when I went to stay with you, you were literally gone from 5 o'clock in the morning till fucking at least midnight.
I got it from Mom. Like she doesn't like to admit it, but you know, when we moved to Kingsville, you know, that's all she did. You know, she didn't have her high school diploma. So when we got that house by Big Mama, when we got that house, you know, all she did was go to school, get her GED, work at the Waffle House, take us to school, pick us up, sometimes on a bike, you know. Then once she got her degree, she got her LVN degree, and then went and, you know, started working in the hospital, and then, you know, still going to school and getting her RN degree. That 10-year period, you know, that's all I saw was work. And she did spend some time with us, and, you know, when she could, but she's working 12 hours a day, coming home and then dealing with the badass kids that don't want to do their homework or nothing. You know, it gets exhausting. So, you know, I get it. So, you know, I got a lot of that from her, and, you know, I talk about that a lot. Like, she worked her ass off when she came down to Kingsville to provide for us. And, you know, when I remember us getting that house, you know, how happy she was, because that was what she worked for so long, was to own her own house. So, you know, I wish I could stop sometimes. I think I work way too much. And this year with my new job at Ocampo, I've been better at not working 5 in the morning to 9 p.m. So that's helped out a lot. But I'm not good with my free time. I don't know what to do with my free time. It's either I go to sleep or I go out. And, you know, I have to learn how to deal with my free time a little better. I cannot just stay home because my mind and my brain is always working, they're always going. And, you know, now that I just graduated grad school, now I really have nothing to think about. So I'm like, what do I do? So my brain's all going kind of freaky and weird. And just so everybody knows, interesting fact about my whole family. I was the first one to go to college. I was the last one to graduate. Tell you how funky that is.
Can you share with us what you just received? What diploma?
I got my master's in educational administration, so I could be a principal if I want to in the next couple of years. So, plus I'm trying to keep up with you guys. How many degrees do you have?
Just a couple, Bubba. It's not a comparison.
How many? Sometimes it is. How many degrees does Mom have? Like 5, 6?
Mom,
she's still counting.
Like literally, I joke with her because I'm like, I'm gonna get you a desk plaque that has your name, and it's gonna be Sandra, Julie, Carol, Martha, Munson, Cantu, Guerra, LVN, RN, LPC, LLC, fucking every goddamn a certificate you could get. Right, Mom? I see you, girl. I love you. Mom is
So I'm
fucking
just,
badass. Absolute Minga, what is up? She says mom is amazing and she raised some great kids. Well, thank you very much.
well, we're perfect. We never did anything wrong. We were perfect children. We were angels. We are still angels. Mom should be proud of us.
Mom should be very proud of us. Especially when we're together, when the whole family's together, like it goes off. I bring people home from the bar, we throw pizza parties, we jump on Bubba's bed when he's sleeping. It's the funnest ever.
I'm very surprised that my house is not blown up when everyone's in the house. But I may go back and get another one. I'm not sure yet. I'm contemplating it. I never wanted to go back to school at all, but you know, I was motivated by the right people to go back to school. And so, you know, I'm glad that I did it. I kind of wanted to quit in the middle of it because I was just getting too bogged down and too tired. But I'm glad I stuck with it. And, you know, maybe I want to be a college professor. I don't know. There's a junior college down the road that has talked to me about taking that job when he retires, but I have to have 15 hours of music, graduate music work. So I may do that. I don't know. I have to find something to deal my time with. So, and, you know, maybe one day I want to get away from here. I don't know. I like this town way too much. I like the people around here, but you know, maybe there's something bigger for me that I haven't found out yet, or I'm not ready for, and it will come to me at some time. So we never know.
I don't think.
But I'm not moving to California.
Yes, you are. You gotta come visit first, and when you come, you're never gonna want to leave.
Well, I'm gonna visit when you tell me when Lucas is gonna graduate, so I can get some tickets and make sure that that we get down there.
He won't even tell me he's graduating. I just know that he's graduating at the end of May, at the beginning of June.
Well, you know, it's going to be hard to find plane tickets in the last 2 weeks before he graduates.
Mama said that you two will drive together, so no worries at all. You two will take a little road trip.
I'll fire an Uber. I don't know if that's going to work.
Out tonight. This is my brother. I don't even think I properly introduced him. Rolando Dominguez Cantu Jr. He is a band director, amazing band director, and he teaches what, Bubba, like, how many students do you have?
Right now, you know, Camp will have 105.
100?
Throughout my career, I've probably taught 2,000 kids.
Wow. So what does it feel like knowing that you have such a huge impact on such young minds?
I never think of it like that. Like, I hope that I do, but you know, the impact that I have now on the kids, it's not gonna show for now. It's gonna show 10, 15 years from now. You know, did something that I tell them when they were at their lowest, did that resonate to them later? Did that help them out later in life? You know, I'm not here to have an impact on them right now. I'm glad that I do, but my true impact won't be seen until 10, 15 years from now. And I think every teacher will admit to that. You know, I have my first student that's actually graduating to be a band director this semester, which is very cool. You know, I know Mr. Molina had when I did it, when I finally graduated, I think I was number 51. He was all excited because I was going to be 50, and then I just kept staying in school. So I think I was 51 or 52. But to have that kind of legacy where, you know, even one person that you influenced so much that they wanted to be a band director and go into that. Actually, you know what? I lied. I have two, because there's a kid in bowling that he just got his first gig in Wharton. I'm sorry, Caleb. But he was like one of the first kids that I ever taught. And so that he was an 8th grader when I was there, I think a 7th or 8th grader. And when he called me and told me he got his first teaching job, a band director job, I was really excited for him. So I've got two now. So Mr. Molina, I've got probably about 60 more to go. I'm going to catch up to you.
So for those of you that may not know, Mr. Molina, excuse me, was my band director, was my brother's band director, and was my mom's band director too. And is he still teaching? I mean, he's still like in
He's
this.
teaching in Falfurious, I think. Yeah, he came back and he just took his band to the state to the area marching contest. I don't know if they made state, but I know he took his, and he's been consistent since the 70s.
He is an amazing man to look up to and have as our band director, right? For you as a band director, looking back, I'm sure that's made a huge impact on you.
And but the thing is the impact that he made on me is to yell at all the kids and throw stuff. Now I don't do that anymore because it's frowned upon. Okay, but when I first started teaching, it was bad, and that's how I learned that. So anyone that has any issues with the way that it's because that's how I learned.
Oh
okay,
my
Mr.
God,
Molina.
Mr. Molina. I remember when Mr. Mo used to get the chairs and hawk them across the room. I'm like, God damn.
You know, the one time that I thought he was really going to get mad at me, I was working at HEB and I fell asleep in his class. And I don't know if you remember Pete Stanley.
Yeah, Friar Pete. He's a friar now.
Yeah,
Pete.
Molina told him, "Hey, go get him and tell him to go in the choir room so he can go to sleep." I don't know what's going on with him, but I really thought I was going to get yelled at and like embarrassed. He's like, "Hey, put your horn up and go to the choir room. He thinks something's wrong with you." And I was like, "Okay." Yeah, I was. But I really thought he was going to like drop kick me. I thought he was going to kick me in the face.
It's like that time I went to work at Denny's and I was super high and I ended up legit getting sick. I like projectile like all over the stall and the toilet. And the guy that cleaned it, I had to work with him and I tried to play off that I was sick and they knew I was high and I think I got sent home, but it was a great time. Don't ever go to work high, kids, unless you can handle it. I couldn't handle it. I was very young at the time.
I have gone, okay, and when I was working at HEB, I've never done this teaching, so don't get this idea, but so, you know, this is probably why I was in college for 10 years, but I was working at HEB. I love that job. After this story, I may never get hired there again if I decide to retire and go back in HEB, but this is when I lived with Eddie, Ernie's little brother. And so Ernie might have been there too. So I get off of work at midnight, but I had to go back to work at 6 o'clock. And so I get there and I don't know if you remember Gilbert Ilariega also. He plays for a group called Grupo Fantasma that is real big in the San Antonio area. And they've actually like been nominated and won a couple of Latin Grammys and stuff like that.
Grupo Fantasma. My friend John Spees plays drums for them.
Yeah. So they were all at the house and I'm like, dude, I got to go to bed. I'm like, no, I just have one beer. And I'm like, all right. 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, oh man, I got to be at work at 6. So I took a Monster, Dayquil, 5-hour energy. I go to work and I'm all hyped. Woo! At 10 o'clock, I felt like I was done. And I went to the manager at the time. I'm like, dude, he goes, man, I already know. You can get out of here. I was like, oh, thank you. If they would have Pete tested me that day, it would have been like a 1.25 or something. So I was very, very lucky that that they were cool with me.
Dude, I remember prom. I think it was like prom 99 or some shit. I was already living at Big Mama's house. And I threw a major rager and we had like Everclear, Jungle Juice and all this shit. And I passed out and mom, bless her heart, she had to come wake me up because she was going to take me to work in the morning at Denny's. And like everybody was just like passed out in the living. I mean, it was major fucking crazy. I don't know how I went to work. It was the weekend that George Strait was coming through. So like the line was out the door and everybody kept complaining about me and they kept saying that I was rude, but I wasn't trying to be rude. I was literally I had the worst hangover. And yeah, so that's my story. Randy
Well,
Collins,
I don't think people.
This is better than anything on TV tonight. Yes, Randy.
Who, Randy Collins? He's trying to get more of my money. That's all he's trying to get. But see, the things first, 2 things. You keep calling me Bubba. That might freak people out. Back in when I was in Kingsville, my nickname was Bubba, and my mom nicknamed me that when we left Ohio. Said, you want to be named Bubba? And I'm like, yeah, why not? And then I quickly didn't like the name. But you know, 1 year, and I switched from year to year from Rolando to Bubba, and so Bubba just stuck. And then there's only two versions of my sister. Well, and that's there's those are the only two versions you get is is all out nutty and you better leave me alone.
It's very true. There's no middle ground with this one. I don't know what the fuck. What was it like having me as a sister, Bubs? Or what is
You
it
were actually chilled. Like you were relaxed. Like, and you were the good kid though, because everyone always loved you. We go to Big Mama. Oh, Sunshine, she's so cute. Kick Rondo out of here. We don't like that. That boy's ugly. That boy's gross.
like?
So no, but even like I would take you and hang out with all my friends, with Daniel and Chris, and you just became part of our group because you were chilled. Like if you, I don't know if you were the way you are now. I don't know if we would be able to handle you. But you know our little clique that we had with Steven, Chris, Noel, Sarita, all those. We all hung out. Like mom would not let us stay in the house. We had to go hang out. So we go play basketball, Dungeons and Dragons. Our only rule was that we had to be in before dark. That was the only rule.
Yeah.
So we hung out. We hung out all the time. When we got home, we went outside, and we were very lucky. Mom, depending on when mom was working, if she was working 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., we had to be back at 7 p.m. We had to be back inside. If she was working 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., we had to make sure we were back at 7 p.m. when she got home. Those are easy rules to figure out. It wasn't too hard. We didn't break them too many times.
She just wanted us the fuck out of the house when she was sleeping because apparently we were too loud. But that brings up.
Oh no, we had to tiptoe around the house all the time.
Oh yes, nobody wants to wake up mama after she's had a 12-hour shift at the hospital. No.
There were many times where she stumbled out. Well, we're like it's 10 o'clock and we're watching TV, and she's like, "If I have to come out of here one more time," and I was like, "Oh shit, we better watch out."
That brings up a good point, though. I had jotted that down in my notes earlier in my head. We did grow up in a neighborhood with a bunch of kids that were our age, and we were always outside playing basketball, like you said, Dungeons and Dragons, and all that fun stuff. What do you think of the new generation and them not really going outside as much and just staying behind the computers and the phones, and you don't really see kids out on the streets as much? I mean, is that me being naive or?
No, we've all turned to that because of this. I'm bad at it. I'm bad with my phone. I've always got my phone in my hand. I'm always looking at Facebook. I'm always looking, and the kids nowadays, it's taken away kind of their will to do things. I'm very lucky where I'm at now because the kids I have work very, very hard and they want to be there. But, I was talking to that with one of my colleagues today, just how, the kids they don't have that direction anymore. And, it's just a different generation, and they don't have to go outside. I'm actually excited when I see kids outside playing football or playing basketball. But if you go down, even in Orchard, if you go down these streets, there's not a lot of basketball goals outside. There's not a lot of garages that are open. Like how we hung out, we just hung out in a garage. They're inside, they're playing video games. And, I'm the biggest dork there is. I have every video game system known to man. But that's the big deal of the kids just are not, they're socially awkward. And, one of the big things is, and I hate saying this, and it's nobody's fault. It's just the expectations aren't there like they used to be. But, just look at these kids writing nowadays. I am a guest grader sometimes for some of the English teachers that trust me to grade grade these papers, and the writing is just atrocious. Like it's awful. And so the kids have forgot how to communicate, and we would always get in trouble back in my day and your day too. We would write letters to you're writing a letter to a girlfriend, or you're writing a letter to a boyfriend or a friend. You had all these letters, and it taught you how to write and taught you how to communicate. And even me today, like I started writing a journal for certain things, and my handwriting is atrocious because I just forgot how to write because I'm just typing everything. So we have to. I wish what was old was new again, And I think we need to start going back to basics. There's too much emphasis on these tests and too much emphasis on these teachers having to teach just to a test. And there's no creativity in teaching anymore. And, that's the one reason why I became a teacher. And that's, people in my generation, that's why we became teachers, because it was a job that let our creative juices come out. And, with what's going on in Austin, we can get on a whole political rant. I don't want to do that, but they're just not allowing the teachers to be creative. And I think that's a big detriment to the students.
Katie,
look at me sounding smart right there.
That sounds great. You're very impressive with your words, Bubs.
Katie, look at that. I'm sounding smart. All right, make me sound stupid again.
Nah, Katie says tell that to TEA.
I wish. I wish TA would listen to us. There are people that do go to the Capitol and do talk about this. But the thing is like TA, for example, during this whole COVID thing, their offices have been closed this whole time. Why the teachers are out here working and the teachers are out here on the front lines doing this. And I have not seen a single TA person. And if this goes viral, good job. You can come talk to me. Just don't take away my certificate. But, TA needs to be in our classrooms and look what we're doing. Look at how we're handling all this. I think teachers, I think we get the short end of the stick sometimes. I do get frustrated with certain teachers that are complaining about being in the classroom all the time. And I do understand where they're coming from. But, I think we should all be on the front lines together. And that means TA too. They need to open up their offices and they need to come to our schools and the classrooms and see what we're doing to make this work. It has not been a good year for teachers. And, even this year, I'm worried about a lot of my teacher friends, because when Austin convenes in March or February to start with the budgets, a lot of my friends are going to be cut from their jobs. Because, with the COVID thing, oil went down, property taxes went down, and, I don't want my friends to be cut. And, we have money for everything else, but we don't have money for teachers. And that pisses me off. That makes me angry. And I have voiced my opinion about that. And I hope, I just don't want none of my friends. I don't want none of my people. I don't want any of my brothers and sisters that are in the teaching field to be cut, because they have all worked very hard.
Oh, Bubs.
All right, we got too damn serious. Come on.
Okay,
we got to figure something else out.
Let's read some comments really quick.
I don't know about that.
Katie says that everybody votes that Alan makes a celebrity appearance. Where are you, Alan? What's up, Luigi?
Who said that?
Katie. We have Ben Ortiz. What is up? We have Dan or Ray in the house. Oh, what's up, Ray Ibata? Bubs,
he closed his door, and I'm not going to open his door because he may be in his he may be in his chones, and I'm not going to do that. You don't want to see that.
I want to know the craziest thing about living with my brother. Type it in the comments. Bubs, how can
he'll probably tell you never being home.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, the time that I was there last year, I maybe saw you for like 3 hours.
I'm more now than I was before, but it's still. But that's me. Like I come home, and then I go do something. Like Alan I come home and I go run out.
Alan says the door's open.
What?
His door's open.
Oh, it's open. All right, here we go.
Woo, ladies. Let's take a tour. Let's take a tour. Hey,
this is my roommate, Alan Garcia. Hit him up. Hit him up. Hit him up.
A dating game tonight.
I could give you a tour of the house too, but here's my roommate, Alan.
What's up, Alan? Thank you for being on the Sunshine Show. I have one important question for you tonight.
Here, come here. You got it. You got to answer this question for her. She's never going to leave you alone. Okay. Oh shit, you can't hear it. Yeah. I'll let you know. All right. What's the question?
What is the craziest part about living with my brother?
What is the craziest part about living with me? Hold on. Shit. All right, try to talk real quick.
What? Can you hear me?
They probably can't hear you because of because I got my AirPods on. What's the craziest thing about living with me? God. It's so much you can't say. So much to go through. Not knowing what to expect. Not knowing what to expect.
What was the best thing about meeting me?
Oh, what was the best thing about meeting my sister? The throw up.
The not having that nasty couch in your living room anymore? You're welcome. That was a favor to you, Alan.
He's still thinking. He'll let you know.
Bubs, what? Yeah. Who's your favorite wrestler?
My favorite wrestler, Hulk Hogan. 100%.
Hulk Hogan. What is your most favorite Christmas gift that I've ever given you?
Oh, that Hulk Hogan with the wrestling belt. It's on my thing right now. Heck yeah.
So you dressed up as Hulk Hogan for Halloween one year, didn't you? And you won the award for the best.
And I won the contest. Yep. I had the wrong wrestling belt. I had my UFC belt, but yeah, I won that but I ended up giving it to the people because it was a fundraiser for somebody. So I just gave them the money. I was like, you can keep it. But I did win that, and I talked like Hulk Hogan all night that night too. That was a fun night.
What?
I've also driven a lawnmower. I think Ashley's in here. I stole Ashley's lawnmower one night and drove it to OBP. I gave them the keys to my Mustang when I had it, and I took the sweet lawnmower ride to OBP. That was a lot of fun. That was a fun night. That's a good story. I could have told you, but I wasn't even thinking about it.
Oh my God! Ben says yes, that's true. You never know what to expect from this guy.
Hey, yeah. One day I'm mad and mean, and next day I'm like making everybody laugh. I'm bipolar as hell. Don't ask any of my ex-girlfriends or anything about it because I don't need those stories.
What was our favorite tag team wrestlers growing up?
The Bushwhackers.
Can you do the Bushwhacker with me? Yeah! Oh, I love it. Little Jesse jumped on here. He goes, I remember going up and they would say teachers are shaping the hearts and minds of our future generations. I thought that was so cheesy, but now that I'm older, I realize that it's true. And I'm glad we have teachers like you. We need more like you. I'm very fucking proud of you, bro. I am so proud of you too, Bubs.
You know, I knew I wanted to be a teacher since I was 8. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know if I wanted to be a coach. You know, for a while, I thought about being a baseball coach and a history teacher because I love history. And the only reason I'm a band director is because when I went to Southwest Texas, when I went to Southwest Texas, I went to the music person. I said, how many years of marching band do I have to take if I minor in music? And she said 2. And I was like, ugh. How many years if I major? She said 3. I was like, you know what? I can do 1 more year. So that's how I became a music major.
Hell yes. Ben says you talk like Macho Man also, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because that was our dad, you know. Dig it.
Dad, yeah, our dad looks just like Macho Man, and especially back when we were younger, he looked just like the Macho Man that you would see on the TV screen, and so that was Dad.
I can't show anybody pictures of Dad because they're like, why can't you get like that? I was like, look, I got the genes. It take me 3 weeks, but I'm too lazy, and I like to drink beer, so.
Yes, our dad is very dedicated and disciplined body lifter. Alan has chimed in here with a comment. I've never really had anxiety before until moving in with you, Rolando.
So actually, that's a very funny story because the first day that he moved in with me, and it wasn't his fault. First day he moved in with me was the first day that I had a major panic anxiety attack. Like I was on the couch freaking out because I just had a lot of stuff going on, and I was on the couch freaking out. I was like, holy cow, he's gonna think this is how I always am. That's when I called Mom about learning about CBD oil and stuff like that because I needed something to calm me down because I had never felt like that before. It was I felt like my brain was splitting in two. It was the weirdest feeling I've ever had, and so that he said that, maybe I just gave him my anxiety.
And now Alan is on a whole bunch of prescription medications thanks to living with Bubba. That's great.
That's not my fault. But, you know, and I feel his pain because, you know, like I do go, I have a good time. I try, he's a homebody. You know, he doesn't really like to do too much. He is the epitome of a good teacher because he wants to uphold like what the what kids see a teacher as. He wants to uphold that image. So I can't take him anywhere because everywhere that I go, there's kids and there's people that like they're, you know, and he doesn't like that. And I never cared. So maybe, you know, that's I could learn stuff from him like that. But you know, he's very protective of his image, and he's very protective of that. He knows that he's a role model in the community, and I think that's very, very cool.
And that's why Alan will never go with us to another bar again, folks.
Nope. I wish I had that discipline. I really did. I really do wish I had that discipline, but I don't.
Is it true that you post pictures of my pig and tell people that it's me?
That was you. You woke up that you sent me that picture. You sent me that picture.
Why do you do such things to your little sister who's very innocent and does not deserve it?
Hey, you sent me that picture. You said, Bubba, I'm not looking too good today. And I was like, all right, well, let me post it on Facebook. So I know everybody, tell everybody the name of your pig.
Oliver Edgar William Nelson Cantu to the first power, aka Oliver Ivan Nathaniel Klein. So when you abbreviate it, it spells oink. True story.
One of my friends just got a pig. I got to hang out with it last weekend.
Cool. Oliver got a book written about him.
I saw that. That's pretty cool too. Like, I like the story behind it, that he just kind of went to the beach and was making friends, and then someone was inspired enough to write a book. I think that's super duper cool.
He booked it to the beach. What does mom say? Little Jessie says, I've always wanted to go to a bar with you guys, but I'm starting to reconsider.
Yeah.
Good.
Because especially what Jesse's old military, we'd get him to, and then he'd start doing his army strength thing and breaking. We don't need that.
I'd be doing the kung fu thing, and you'd be doing the wrestling, flipping people over. It'd be a whole show.
Hey, I got a deadly choke. Don't hate.
We should do it and live stream it. Yeah, people will pay for that kind of good shit.
You know what? I do think that we'd have the most interesting reality show ever.
Oh, for sure. So mom claims when I was a teeny tiny baby that you snuck in the room and you cut my hair off. Why did you do that?
You know, the funny part of, I just wrote about that. Like, I just wrote about that yesterday. That is hilarious. Because you asked me to. And when they told me, when Dad and Mom asked me, why did I cut your hair? I told them, she said she wanted me to. And I stick to that story to this day, that you wanted me to cut your hair. You might have been like 1, 2, no, I don't remember.
I didn't talk. Yeah, that's good.
But you said yes.
Oh, I'm sure. Forrest, what is up? What is up? Mom just bought the book. Of course you did, Mom. And Ben Ortiz says he will never drink with you, Rolando.
You know what? I am proud of Ben. I've talked to Ben a couple of days ago. He is 10 years sober.
Oh, and Ben.
Him and I used to, especially when his brothers lived with me, we would hang out a lot. And, you know, we talked about it a couple of days ago. And for him to be 10 years sober, I think that's super cool. I told him that's just a avenue I've never tried to go through. I don't know if I'm ever strong enough to go through that avenue, but for him to be able to do it.
Whatever you want to do.
I could, but you know what? Sometimes I like to escape. But for him to be able to do that, that's super duper cool. Like, that is an accomplishment that I'm very proud of my accomplishments, but I'm proud of his accomplishments, because I knew and I've seen him at some of his worst times, and for him to be able to break out of that and stay out of that for 10 years is just amazing.
Very awesome. Very inspiring. I have not drank since New Year's. So what is that? 14 days sober?
Hey, you beat me. I went drinking last night with some friends.
That does not surprise me. Bubbaloo, I love you. Cool. So what's your favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers album?
People think I'm stupid, but I love One Hot Minute. Like,
that's my favorite one too.
That's because, and you know, a lot of people, like with Metallica, they hate Saint Anger. I love that album. Now, I cannot listen to that album in one sitting. Like Lars's drums are just a little too much throughout. But if I break it up in two pieces, I love that album. But One Hot Minute, my favorite song of all time, well, my second favorite song of all time is on Aeroplane.
Yes.
That tune when it first came on the radio, and then the music video and stuff like that, and the first video, Warped. I know that they even try to like forget about that album sometimes, and I love the guitar player. Oh God, Dave what? Not Navarro. Is it Dave Navarro?
Wait, who are we talking about?
The guitar player that was there that Dave
Frusciante?
No. That's their usual. Someone's yelling at me right now, but he was just there for one. He actually has that show called Ink Master on. You know who he is.
Oh, Dave Navarro.
Oh, so I did know it. Were okay, yeah. So Dave Navarro, they try to forget about that album. They try to forget about that.
Not Dave Frusciante. Oh my God! Sorry, guys.
John Frusciante, yeah.
You get all back.
But yeah,
Thank you, Ray.
I love Flea's song on there. I'm a little pea. I love that song. I love Coffee Shop. Me and My Friends. That whole album it's just so underrated, and it gets thrown, especially with their newer stuff, because that actually formulated their new sound. That was their start of the new sound, and I just think it's shit on for no reason. I really do.
That's a valid argument. Is it true that you got arrested and suspended at a college football game for mooning the other team?
No, that never happened.
Oh, are you pleading the fifth on this? Okay. Well,
no, I did not get arrested. I got kicked out of the stadium, and I'll tell you the story. I don't have nothing to hide. I don't give a dang. People have heard this story before.
Good night, Forrest Yates. Is that your friend, Bubs, or is that my friend?
Yeah, that's one of my Sealy kiddos.
Sorry, my goodness. Now we had kids in the room.
He's graduated.
Oh, okay.
So we were. Oh my man, Hudson was so mad at me too. Oh my goodness. So this was the year that I skipped out on marching band because I was concentrating on working. I had 3 jobs. I was working at Popeyes, I was working at HEB, and I was a tour guide. And so I was staying home for Thanksgiving, and one of the games got canceled. I think because of snow, we had a freeze that year. So they were just putting together a makeshift band. And so they asked me to come in and play, and I was like, yeah, I'll play. So I came in and played, and we were heckling the dudes so much. And so one of the guys calls me down because I can be loud and obnoxious. I know I can. I'm very aware of this trait. So he calls me down, and you got to excuse the language here, but he calls me down and he goes, hey, since you're in band, you're a effing female woman part. I don't want to say all of, So I looked at him. I started laughing in his face. I was like, dude, can you come up with something better than that? And I don't know why. So I go up to my friend, and Jared, Jared looks at me and he goes, hey, look at him over there. And it was the punter and the kicker. They were flipping me off. And I don't know. That's like if you've watched Back to the Future when they call Marty McFly chicken, don't flip me off. Because then I'm just going to. So I was like, oh, he flipped me off. Huh? So, yes, I pulled my pants down at Bobcat Stadium in San Marcos. And as I was pulling my pants up, here comes the cop to escort me out.
I love that story.
Not one of my. Hey, that thing messed me up for a while too. I had to go back to go pick up my girlfriend at the time, and it was funny because she had just gotten some kind of she got surgery to fix her TMJ, and this is her first outing back after the surgery. She had been out for a month, and I pick her up, and she looks, she goes, really? I couldn't say anything. I had nothing to say.
Oh, good times, Bubba. If
I don't like when your questions start.
What's that?
Go. I don't like when your questions, is this true? Because most there probably are.
I know, I love it. If anybody has questions for my dear darling brother, drop them in the comments. We're about to get this wrapped up. We've been on here for about an hour. You guys have Rewind. You guys have been here with us this whole time, and we've been having a great time with all of you guys. Thank you so much. Bubs, what advice do you have for people that are like having a hard time getting through this whole epidemic and everything that's going on with the world right now?
Learn about yourself. You know, that's something that sometimes we try too hard to make everybody happy and we forget about ourselves. And that's something I've learned, or I'm learning now. Like I was at my friend Nathan's house. Hey, I'm not ashamed. I see a therapist twice a month. You know, my brain isn't all correct, all right. I had to do what I had to do to kind of make myself feel better about myself. I'm very glad that I have a group of people around me that that support me the way they do. I don't know why they do, because I'm so nuts that, but they support me the way I do.
You're the best ever.
Yeah. Just learn about yourself and look inside yourself. And really, we're not perfect and we all have flaws. And, you know, all we're trying to do is be better. I'm 42 years old and I am finally finding out stuff about myself that I had not, that's always been there. And I've always said to people, like, I felt like the world is sane and I'm just insane. I felt that there's a puzzle piece missing in my life that I could never find out. There's just a lot of things. And, you know, on New Year's or Christmas Eve, I was with my friend Nathan and Kelly, and they were watching church. And I'm not a big church person, and we can go into that later on next time or whatever. But my therapist had recommended a book for me, and I opened it up and started reading it, and that just opened up a whole new world for me that I'm really excited to be going through. And I'm hoping that in the next, you know, couple months, couple years, it finally sends me to the goals that I've been looking for the last the last 22, 23 years. I really feel like I've wasted a lot of time because I didn't understand these things about myself. So, you know, go down those difficult journeys and find out things about yourself. It's not always easy. It's not always comfortable, but you know what? It's a hell of a ride and it's super fun.
Ray wants to know, what is your favorite high school jazz memory?
Oh man, I just told this story a couple of days too, and you were there because you played. You were playing. You were the freshman there.
Was it
I
when
remember going.
the bus driver?
No, no, no. This is my senior year. We were playing "Lady with the Pretty Legs," and I had a solo on it. Bum bum ba da da da. And so we're in the practice room, and Mr. Rios is like, "All right, let's go through "Lady with the Pretty Legs." Here we go. All right." Looks at me, and I froze, and I totally forgot the solo. And he goes back, goes, "Okay, Rolando, come on, let's do it." I just froze and totally forgot it. And I'm like, how the hell did I forget? I've played this thing 1,000 times. How the hell did I forget it? Thankfully, on stage, I clicked in and I got it. But man, I'll never forget. Like, I thought Mr. Rios was going to kill me. But it was really weird because he was really chilled. Like,
yeah.
Moments of panic, he was chilled. Everything else, I thought he was gonna like destroy me.
I remember one time before jazz contest, like right before we went on stage, he was like, "Oh my God, Sunshine, you're here. Thank God I had a dream that all your fingers got cut off last night." And I'm like, what the fuck? Don't put that voodoo on me. Like, what?
Well, and I'm sure they've heard it. And I think, wasn't Ray in that band too with you, where you're playing in Colorado and your string just pops and you just kind of
my G-string popped on my Rickenbacker. I'll tell you, it sure did. That same trip, the fucking cops got called on us for our group smoking the ganja.
I am shocked.
Good times, man. We keep it wild. I'll tell you what. Alan's mom says, "I've enjoyed this. Rolando, you're awesome. I'm glad Alan is there with you." And Alan replies, "Mom, don't encourage him."
I was just gonna say that. He said, "Don't encourage him." I'm sure that's what he said.
Oh my God, that's so fucking funny.
Before we get tell them like one of your favorite memories of us growing up, and it can't be Mom trying to drop us off to get to the orphanage. Although she says that never happened.
I think one of the best memories with you was when we went to Astro World and you got to go to the Astros game. And I remember Mom got the hotel. and looking out to the Astrodome so we could actually see you like walking over there and shit, and then like just like having fun at the park and being with mom. And I think
We were
that
with Yolanda.
yeah, our trips, those were the best. Our summer trips, like to SeaWorld and Astro World and things like that.
Every time I walk into like any stadium, I always remember that first time that I walked in the Astrodome that day. Every time. That's oh man, that almost makes you well up a little bit. That's good times.
What's one of your favorite memories?
Just a lot of it was we were so busy like just raising each other. It was our time in Daniel's garage was always fun. Like our time in Daniel's garage, and there were times where it was really funny because we would all get on each other. Oh, remember the hell videos that we would all make?
House.
Hell House, yeah. But then there were times where like, some of our friends can be very rude, and I wasn't as vocal as I was now. But you've always been pretty vocal, and there were times where they would start ragging on me, and my younger sister would have to come to my defense with their mouth and start like defending me because I had nothing to come back. I couldn't do it anymore. And so, and then, there were also times in high school too. As I'm senior in high school, my freshman sister has to protect me a little bit because again, I wasn't as confident I was now. Like I didn't have people in high school would never realize what I became.
Yeah.
And so, I'd be picked on and you would come to my defense, and it was kind of embarrassing, but looking back at it, seeing that was something that was always very cool to me.
Yeah, I always take up for my brother. I always take up for my Bubba. Shit, I'll kick anybody's motherfucking ass.
Until you want to beat my ass, and then.
Well, yeah, and then that's a whole different thing going on. Bro, not vocal. What says Gina Sota? Luis Cepeda. Sorry, I'm late. Thank you guys for showing up. This will be available to watch afterwards. You guys can go back and watch the whole episode, and I suggest that you do. We've had such a good time tonight. I want to tell you, Bubba, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I love you so much. Thank you for everything that you've ever done for me, for Lucas, for mom, for the family, for all the kids that you direct every day.
I was like, I don't got no kids.
No, but for your students, and you're just fucking awesome, and you're very humble about what you do, and I don't think you realize sometimes what an amazing person you are and the huge impact on people's lives that you make. And I want you to just really think about that, because so many people love you and cherish you, and you do make such a huge impact on so many people every day.
Are you trying to make me cry or what?
No, I'm just being honest with you.
Well, then I'm going to do the same thing to you. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of all the stuff that you've done. The videos that you've made in my house. Every single little thing that, even though at times we have not agreed on certain things, and we've had some knockout dragouts, I'm just proud of everything that you're able to accomplish, and still the boundaries that you still push, because you still are pushing so many boundaries and you're still challenging yourself so much. I wish that I had the courage to do a lot of the stuff that you have done. Like, I really do. You're a very amazing person, and I do appreciate, and I guess we should give out a shout out to mom, because, we wouldn't be who we are if it wasn't for her.
We love you,
and
Mom.
we give her a lot of shit, but I hope she knows that we love her from the bottom of our hearts. It's not easy.
Is it true that when mom sends us a message in the group chat, we only respond with gifts?
Oh yeah. Juanito, Cheech, the Joker.
We like to terrorize mom. Yeah, we don't like to talk to her through words, only gifts. It's a fun game we play.
Well, and that's something too, like we just started that, and we haven't really talked all the time. We've gone months without talking, and we started that group thread, I think in September or whatever, and now we talk every day, and I'm very grateful for it. I'm glad that we started that, and I wish that we could get Lucas to get on there with us. And little Jesse says he wants to get on it, but I don't know. I think he has to go through initiation before he gets on it.
We gotta initiate your ass. Cool, man. I love you so much. Is there anything that you want to tell everybody before we let them go?
No, guys, thanks for listening. I hope you guys had a good time. Mom still got that thing in the back. I put that back there just for you, just so you see. And no, just I guess we do it again someday and have some fun and see what. Maybe we talk more about the music stuff, okay?
Maybe. I think we're gonna do the dating game next time I have you on here.
I'll have Alan on here for me.
Yeah. Damn, I'll get both y'all girlfriends. Nice, classy women.
Hey, I've always dated classy women, all right? They just can't put up with me because I'm wild and crazy, and I'm tough to deal with. I am tough to deal with.
Yeah, both of us. Okay, well, I love you. I love all you guys. I have some very special guests coming up in the next couple of weeks. Why can't I think who they are right now? I don't know, but they're really, really cool. I have Katie Turner out of Australia, an amazing bass player. I have Zeb with Tribal Seeds. I have Ronnie with Audic Empire. So many cool people coming up. Stay tuned. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and my brother tonight. I will make this a regular thing and have him on more often. We have so many more questions that we could ask him and so much more stuff that we can talk about. Bubba, I love you. Alan, you're the shit. Mom, Dad, everybody, I love you all. Until next time, keep it classy.